Weeks after a historic jailbreak from the Orleans Justice Center, a ninth escapee has been caught. Now, Antoine Massey is back in state custody and on his way to Angola.
I just wrapped up a conversation with the property owner who said that this is an Airbnb property. There's at least one tenant here at the property, and she has no idea how Antoine Massey, one of the 10 inmates that escaped the Orleans Parish Jail 6 weeks ago, ended up right here at her property.
What's going on, family? Today, we're going to be talking about Antoine Massey being apprehended. If you're not sure, or if you need a quick recap, he was one of the 10 Louisiana inmates that escaped from prison around 50 days ago. Now, over the past few weeks, they have been gathering back the inmates. Antoine Massey made number 9 out of the 10. Now, there's still one on the that remains on the loose, Derek Groves, and we'll get to him and what he's charged with. But let's get to Antoine Massey. They found him, check this out, less than 2 miles from the prison. He was discovered there in Holly Grove, Louisiana. I guess that he was discovered to be staying in an Airbnb that possibly may have been owned by one of his family members. The feds ended up putting a bounty for $50K for the return of Antoine Massey. And at that point, it doesn't matter what family members. For $50K, anybody that knows something is going to tell whatever they know. I want to thank you all for your continued support. Last week, I was able to get up 3 videos, getting back into the groove of things. You know, took a little vacation, couple weeks off, but we back. This week, I'm going to aim for 4 videos. So if you enjoy the content over here, make sure you like the video, drop a subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and join in on the conversation with a comment. I'm not sure how long he expected to be on the run. 50 days is quite impressive, but he was right in their backyard. They probably weren't thinking to look that close. But look at Antoine. Or Anton, however you say it. This dude has tattoos all on his face. How long did he think, or did people out here think that this was going to last, especially if he didn't get out of the country by now? Antoine should have been somewhere in like Africa or Europe or South America, someplace that doesn't have extradition laws to America, because you know that once they got hands on him, after escape, I believe that this was like the 4th time he escaped prison and being on the run that long, you know that they couldn't wait to get their hands on him and parade him around like a big game trophy out there in the Serengeti. They were just itching to get Antoine Massey back in custody. And as of a few days ago, that became a reality.
Massey joins 8 other inmates who have already been captured the last more than a month ago, and surprisingly, he was found only about 2 miles from the jail.
Amelia Strahan headed to Holly Grove shortly after his arrest and has the latest.
9 down, 1 to go. Over a month after 10 inmates escaped Orleans Justice Center, police arrested Antoine Massey Friday afternoon.
Yeah, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. You know, it's kind of shocking.
The 33-year-old's final moments of freedom ended at this home in Holly Grove, less than 2 miles from the jail. The woman who owns the house where he was found didn't want to show her face on camera, but says she rents the space out on Airbnb and was shocked when she found out the fugitive was on her property.
I'm frustrated, too. I don't know what's happening. They say this is going on, and I get here and I don't even see a cop.
Another resident on the street describes the block as peaceful and says he was surprised to see unmarked cars lining his block.
It didn't really scare me because I was glad that you all got me. I was hoping you get the other one.
Authorities say a Crime Stoppers tip led to the arrest, ending a weeks-long multi-agency manhunt. NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick said the tip came directly to Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson.
When the community believes and trusts their police departments and their law enforcement agencies, they work cooperatively.
According to police, a Crime Stoppers G&O tip led to his arrest, and they say Massey didn't put up a fight.
All of these captures have been able to be done peacefully, and that is also the end of the game. We don't want anyone hurt, not our own officers, and certainly not Mr. Groves.
Derek Groves is the last of the escapees not back behind bars. Law enforcement are offering a $50,000 reward for any information that leads to his arrest.
A big shout out to not only the law enforcement agencies that had to do with apprehending Antoine Massey, but also to the community that reached out when they felt like they had some sort of information, some sort of tips to help out law enforcement. I mean, that's a perfect story. The community and the cops doing what they have to work together to get people that shouldn't be out on the streets, especially in this case, somebody who escaped from prison and getting them put back in prison. I got no problems with it, you know. And shout out to law enforcement agencies being able to do this without any type of incident. This is how you imagine everything to go. Now, there is still one suspect on the loose, Derek Groves.
Officials say Groves could be disguising himself in plain sight.
His face is definitely out there. So perhaps he has grown some facial hair, perhaps he has changed the color of his hair. But the one thing he can't change is the fact that he's a very tall individual.
Since the escape, has largely remained in the shadows.
He has nothing to lose.
From what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, allegedly, Derek Groves might be where Antoine Massey and all these other guys should have found themselves, somewhere out of America. You know, possibly someplace that will not send them back to America, because from what I'm hearing, all right, allegedly, Derek Groves was serving prison time for, I guess that he had a family member that, it's alleged, okay, that a crooked cop deleted one of his family members. So in response, what Derek Groves did is he went and deleted like 4 of the crooked cops' family members, and that's what he was in prison for. And from what I'm seeing, you know, and this is all allegation, none of this is definitive, but from what I'm seeing, it's possible that this man's family took care of him, made sure he's good, made sure he's out of the country, maybe even bought him new fingerprints, new IDs, new social security, all that type of stuff, took care of him, because it's being said that, you know, a lot of people view what he did as being righteous, you know, and you could have whatever opinion you want on it. I'm just saying that that's the information I'm privy to as of right now.
Right. Thank you. You said you don't.
Sorry, y'all. I just don't want to be on the
Yeah.
trying to find out what's going on myself.
I understand. Would you mind saying a few words with us if we don't put your face on the camera? If
That's
we point it
Amelia
towards the ground?
Strahan. She is out at the scene where this inmate was found this afternoon. A woman who says that she uses that unit as an Airbnb from time to time said she really didn't want to go on camera, so we were trying not to show her face there.
To me, this news organization is messy. Okay, this woman specifically said she did not want to be on camera, and no need for me to blur her face out because they aired it and showed the woman's face. Now, I guess that she is possibly a family member of Antoine Massey, who I don't believe reached out to authorities based on the reports that I was able to gather. I believe that somebody else may have gotten word that Massey was staying there and contacted police, and then somehow the police reached out to her. But this news station is messy, and for them to air this even after the woman said that she doesn't want her face shown is ridiculous, you know. And I hope that they're able to, you know, make sure that this woman is safe. You don't know. There's crazy people out there. There are probably women or even men. Okay, I'm not judging anybody. You could be whatever preference that you want. That, you know, similar to Luigi Mangione, are sending out, you know, fan mail, and he has a fan, like people that want to, you know how people get when there's all these people in the limelight. I'm just saying, you know, let's just make sure that this woman is safe, because this is irresponsible. If you made it this far in the video, it goes a far way for the channel if you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and join in on the conversation with a comment. Closing out, Antoine Massey has been recaptured and will be sent to the facility at Angola after a 50-day prolific run where he even did something that I don't think we have or will ever see again, where we see somebody break out of prison on the run and take to social media as a way to, some would say, antagonize and taunt law enforcement efforts. I mean, hey, it was epic. A lot of people were tuned in. A lot of people had money going. I don't know if you had money on Antoine Massey making it to the end, Derek Groves, or whoever else you had. There still remains one of the 10 Louisiana inmates on the loose, and that's Derek Groves. And, you know, by some rumors out there, he may never be caught. I don't know, you know, but law enforcement did what they had to do, coming together with the community to get Antoine Massey back into custody without any type of, disturbance or any type of gunfire or anything like that. Everything was done safely. So shout out to them. I mean, what was the alternative? Antoine Massey staying 2 miles from the prison. Look at his face. He has very distinguishable face tattoos. He kept the same hairstyle that he had while he was in prison. So he still looks pretty much the same way. What was he supposed to do? If he didn't have the money to leave Louisiana by now, but at least he got to celebrate a birthday on the outside. He possibly got to celebrate Father's Day, going to see his kid. Maybe that in a way will lessen the blow, because that they're going to be coming with extra charges for this escape. They might even charge him for every day he was out. I don't know how that goes, but either way, I'm interested to know whatever your thoughts are in the comments section. Till the next video, y'all, just be safe out here, for real.